Digimon Story Time Stranger has now been out for almost a week.
How much are you enjoying it?
Oh god, it's everything I wanted.
Sweet.
My anticipation for this game was very high. The only reason it didn't make my list of anticipated media way back when is because I was pretty convinced we weren't going to see it this year.
Yeah. Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah, the game is absolutely beautiful. Once you move on from the first zone, it gets very pretty. I don't want to spoil anything. I remember someone made a fucking post on Reddit saying like, hey, when you go back in Time Stranger, and one of the top comments was, hey, spoiler. It's like, it's cool. It's fucking cool Time Stranger, dickheads.
Yeah, so it's Digimon Time Stranger, not Time Stranger. Linear Stranger, I guess.
I've got no comment, Rick, because that was weak.
I know. Yeah, it's it was always going to be crap.
I think I've already alluded to this already, but the game has been nothing but quality of life changes. I can't sing its praises enough. It's very easy to, I wouldn't say grind, because grinding hasn't really been a thing I've had to do, but having all Digimon get experience, not having to rotate and juggle 700 Digimon, it's pretty alleviating compared to the previous story games. And fuck me, the boss fights are actually boss fights as well.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, so for those of you not paying attention, the reason why I say boss fights are boss fights is because they actually have mechanics.
Okay, yeah, so like your Persona bosses and all that.
Yeah, nothing quite as complex or unique as Persona, and sometimes even just straight up SNT bosses. In fact, comparing them to SNT bosses is probably more accurate.
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, there are a few downsides. It's not a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination. The two things I'm going to bring attention to are, I don't understand the Digifarm.
Sure.
Digifarm has been a thing in every single RPG-based game, but because now every Digimon you have gets experience, the Digifarm seems kind of pointless.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, like you say, I not having played it, I can't really comment on this, but yeah, you've already said you don't understand it.
You can customize the Digifarm by changing the terrain of it, but it's shit. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I get you.
You get to look at your little fake Earth, and it's got slightly different continents based on how you build it. But again, it doesn't affect anything, so who gives a fuck?
Sure.
The other thing I'm going to criticize is Digimon Time Stranger has a card game.
Okay, like an internal card game, I'm assuming, and not just a separate product.
Yes, it's in-game.
Sweet.
I mean, Digimon already has a TCG, Rick.
I mean, it does, yeah, but like sometimes they release a half-baked separate thing.
Not as a physical product.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm curious as to what example you have.
Well, when Pokemon was new, there was 6 different people trying to make a Pokemon trading card game, and only the one that was good managed to stick around.
You told me not too long ago, it might have even been on air, that fucking Wizards of the Coast did Pokemon at one point, and I didn't say bullshit, but I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, the original few were Wizards of the Coast until I think Gen 3 or so.
Jesus, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So I thought I left you a space there because I thought you were going to add something, but then you didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, so Wizards were 50-50 with the Pokemon Company for their stint. So, yes.
Yeah, I could see Pokemon Company being like, well, hey, why are we giving away 50% for nothing? As if making a card game is nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Digimon. The internal card game is one of the most frustrating things I've ever played.
Yeah, okay. Is it like Triple Triad, where your opponents play for keeps and you have to win your shit back?
You can never lose your cards.
Okay, good.
If you could lose your cards, this game would... I just wouldn't interact with it at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't interact with that minigame. But yeah, what happens is you can collect cards in the universe, and then you can play against certain NPCs in these card games. It's a best of 5 series. If you win one or two... if you win at least one match, you will get a card. If you win at least 3 matches, you will get 2 cards. If you somehow win all 5, which seems a fucking impossibility, you will get 3 cards.
Sure, okay.
The annoying thing about this game is you can't choose what cards you use, so every single card that you possibly own is a random chance that you might use it in the game.
That seems very counterproductive, and the more you play, the worse your deck gets because you get a bunch of chaff.
Except, Rick, despite having clear rules about numbers and type advantages, there's still a non-zero amount of of percentage that is just straight up RNG.
Okay.
Making the entire game pointless because it's basically just random anyway.
Sure.
Why?
Yeah, tilted random.
At this point, you might as well just be like fucking, hey, do you want to play a game of dice?
Yeah. Do you want to flip a coin?
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Rolling dice seems a bit more accurate because there are numbers involved that I assume do modify things. And they even go through the effort of telling you in the tutorial that, okay, it's very simple. You've got the numbers 1 to 7 in the top left-hand corner of your card. 7 being the strongest, 1 being the weakest.
Sure.
Virus is more likely to beat data. Data is more likely to beat vaccine. Vaccine is more likely to beat virus.
Sure.
And that's about it. Very simple system, very simple game. However, the game goes through the effort of telling you that, by the way, there's a bug in the game, and this isn't a bug in the actual game, it's how the game mechanics work. That means that a Digimon with a strength power of 1 is more likely to beat a Digimon with strength power of 7. In other words, in a way to make it so that 7 isn't a be-all, oh, you're fucked because nothing can beat this.
Right, okay. So your top class Goliaths can get beaten by your minimum power Davids. So your minimum powers guys is it has a use other than, you know, it's like an ace. It's 1 or 11.
Yeah.
But against a 2, it's always a 1.
It's a good way of putting it. However, again, because there's this element of just straight up random bullshit go, it kind of doesn't matter regardless.
Yeah, because that might not happen.
Yeah. So, again, the game isn't a game. It's just like spin a fucking dice and... Yeah, maybe if you care about completing your collection in game, which you might, there's 460 fucking cards in game. Unless there's an achievement tied with it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
I finally beat Time Stranger.
Okay. Yeah, good old Digimon.
Yeah, that game's good. It stuck the landing.
Sweet.
Very happy with it. The plot was great. The gameplay continues to be okay, except at this point in life, I'm grinding out resources for New Game Plus because
Sure.
The final achievement I have left to get is beat the game on Mega Plus difficulty, which is probably going to be quite tough because I've read what they actually changed.
Okay. And it's one of the, you only unlock it by beating the game once.
Correct.
I guess. Yeah, so you can't just start the game on that and get the achievements all in one go.
I don't think you'd be able to beat it very easily, and I'll tell you why. This is what Mega Plus does. First of all, it's an RPG. What's the easiest and quickest way to make an RPG harder?
Double the levels of everything. Or
Yeah.
set everything to 99.
Yeah, make everything have much more health and hit you much harder. That's it. That's change the numbers, make numbers bigger. The other thing they do to make Mega Plus, and Mega as well, but we'll talk about Mega Plus because that's what I'll be doing, to make it more difficult, is you can't use items in battle.
Ah, yeah, good old Nuzlocke rules.
Which is very annoying because I've played the game on normal difficulty and Digimon Time Stranger does this really fun thing with using items. In the regular game, they don't take a turn.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's just free healing.
Yeah, you just throw money at your Digimon until they eventually win.
Yeah, which led to a really interesting fight because there's a boss near the end of the game, I won't say who they are because it is kind of a spoiler, where they unleash a gas onto the field which means you can't use items, which completely fucked me because I didn't have a healer on my team, because why would I need a healer? I can just use my items. Boy, did I learn that lesson.
Yeah, you got tank, healer, DPS, or you can have DPS, 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 and money.
And it's healing items aren't even that expensive in this game, so it was really easy to just heal via healing items. Plus you've got group healing items too. Like, there was no downside apart from this one boss that really is a brick in the face. If you I went off and redigivolved Digimon and made myself have a healer, even though I didn't use them very much after that fight.
Yeah, a boot to the head.
Yeah. There's a great moment at the end of the game where I probably shouldn't say who it is, so I'm not gonna, because that game's still relatively new and people might want to be surprised, but there's a series of side quests you can do, and if you complete them, you get the coolest cutscene in the game while you're mid-boss fight. However, it did have me curious, so I asked our mutual friend, the other person playing Pokemon ZA, if you must know, I said, what the fuck do they do here if you don't bother doing that side quest? And apparently the scene still happens, but only one of the people shows up, and I was just like, wow, that would be so underwhelming and boring and annoying.
Sure, okay.
So yeah, complete side quests before you... if you play RPGs, you're going to do all the side quests before the end of the game.
Yeah. Like, you're at least going to do the ones that are very obvious and feel like they matter. Like, maybe you might not do one that's like, oh, show me a Palmon that's inherited Bunny Bobble from fucking... from a Terriermon or something instead, and then like, all right, maybe not.
Okay, here's the problem, Rick, is every single side quest in the game gives you anomaly points,
Right.
which is what you use to learn tamer skills. And
Sure.
and the more tamer skills you get, the higher your tamer rank. The higher your tamer rank, the higher level of Digimon you can digivolve into. So you're really going to want those points, because like, it's how come you can't digivolve into champion until like Act 3, because you're only rank 1.
Sure. Do you have any aces on your team at the end game that I might know of?
On my team, no.
Okay.
But you know, there's plenty of well-known Digimon in the game.
Yeah.
I didn't bother with DNA Digivolution, couldn't be bothered, and they're most of the bullshit strong extra stages. One final thing to say, specifically about the final boss fight, is it's a very cinematic boss fight.
Sure.
But they do a really good job of making it feel like it's not.
Right, okay.
Like, it's scripted. There's certain points in the fight that are like, you feel like you're just punching a brick wall because nothing's happening, but stuff is happening.
Yeah, like the game is tracking the health behind the scenes, but it doesn't tell you that it is. But it obviously is, because as soon as you've done 1 million damage, all of a sudden the shield will break and, oh, shit.
Yeah, nothing quite so, it's actually more elegantly done than that, but that's basically what's going on. And it's good. You may recall last time I spoke about Time Stranger when I said, I don't know how you can beat these side missions later on, because they seem to be locked to this time period.
Sure.
Just before you do the final events of the game, you just straight up unlock time travel.
Okay.
So
that's why they're a Time Stranger. There we go.
So that's why you can actually skip these earlier side missions and still do them later somehow.
Sure.